The one thing that Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing, and Charles Barkley have in common was the fact that they were the greatest players in their time period in the NBA, but were never able to obtain a championship. Another thing they had in common was the fact that Michael Jordan was the cause of them not being able to obtain a championship, just like how LeBron James and Golden State is stopping great players to win championships today, which is what we're going to be discussing today, the top 10 NBA players who don't have a ring today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smack that like button and subscribe to keep up with my videos. Carmelo Anthony, the only one in the top 5 2003 draft class that doesn't have a ring. LeBron, Darko, Bosh, and Wade all have rings. The thing about Melo is, man, he's a great player, one of the best scorers we've seen in a while. Like, his days in Denver, he was a beast, man. He took a lot of playoff losses though, man, and a lot of early exits in Denver though. His best chances was in 2008 when Denver lost to the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. Then he left to play for the New York Knicks, and he just rocked there because they was paying him stupid bread. Ultimately, it was the same news in New York, just playoff losses, so he signed with OKC in 2017 and was not able to adjust to the new role for the team. The 10-time All-Star and 3-time gold medalist is definitely a Hall of Famer, just not gonna have a championship ring. Damian Lillard is a very clutch player, an offensive stud. He could beat you inside and out with his aggressive playstyle. Definitely one of the best scorers today. The 3-time All-Star has been playing with the Portland Trail Blazers for 6 seasons now, and they don't seem to have the blueprints for real to getting a ring. The best chances I feel like they had was in 2014 when they had Nicholas Batum, Wesley Matthews, and LaMarcus Aldridge. Then they all just decided to leave. But they have been good as of late. Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum been balling all season, helping them to 3rd in the West, but they got swept in the first round versus the Pelicans, which nobody seen coming, so I don't know how much Dame could really do on that team. DeMarcus Cousins, the 4-time All-Star, wasted 7 seasons with the Sacramento Kings, where he carried the subpar team to the bottom of the West every season. But it wasn't his fault. Blame this guy who never really cared to put any talent around Boogie. I think the best they did was Rudy Gay, and that wasn't good enough. Now he's on the Pelicans team that put in work in this year's playoffs. And if he stays with the team and stays healthy, they could probably start to advance more in the playoffs. Anthony Davis, Drew Holiday, Rondo, and DeMarcus, that's a solid core for next season if DeMarcus decides to re-sign. John Wall is definitely a great point guard in this league, averaging 19 and 9 for his career so far, and arguably the quickest guard today. He just never really had the team to advance in the playoffs, defeated by the Pacers, then the Hawks, then Boston, then the Raptors. Every year is pretty much the same story. He's been playing for the Washington Wizards for 8 seasons now, being an All-Star 5 times, playing alongside a great teammate in Bradley Beal. They just need more pieces to get it done, and wait for LeBron to retire. Paul George played for the Indiana Pacers for 7 years, replacing Danny Granger as the new face of the team. The 5-time All-Star had his fair share of runs with LeBron James in the playoffs, which has never ended well for his team. But his best chances was in 2013 versus the Miami Heat, when they actually had the #1 seed and were 2 games away from the NBA Finals. LeBron has literally been the only reason why he didn't get more chances at a ring. And now he's with the OKC Thunder via trade, and they had a rather disappointing season this year, so we're waiting this offseason to see what his next move is and if he's going to resign back with the team. DeMar DeRozan, the Toronto legend, is a great shooting guard in the league today. He's been playing for the Toronto Raptors for 9 years now and has done so much for the Raptors. Franchise record 52 points on January 1st, 2018, and franchise record 59 wins. They're definitely a great team. They had a wonderful season this year, but they've been #1 seed the last 4 out of the 5 last years, but can't get past the man that has been to the NBA Finals 8 straight years, losing to LeBron James 3 years in a row, losing in 6 in 2016 and swept this year and last year. So while LeBron's still balling in this league, there is no chance for Toronto to get a ring. Chris Paul has been in the league for 13 years now and has had a wonderful career in the NBA so far. Easily a Hall of Famer, one of the best leaders in the league today. He basically lost to every team in the West in the playoffs. He played for the Hornets and the Los Angeles Clippers for 6 seasons, but is now in his best chances with the Houston Rockets. Unfortunately, injuries always derail him at the wrong times. Like this season, if he doesn't get hurt versus the Golden State Warriors, then they could have actually won in 6. If there's anyone on this list to get a ring, then I say Chris Paul, and the person I have at number 1. Honestly, surprised and disappointed that the Clippers turned out to be the way they turned out in their little run together. The 9-time All-Star and 2-time gold medalist Chris Paul can hopefully help James Harden next season to dethrone the Warriors. Russell Westbrook, the triple-double machine, 2017 League MVP, the 7-time All-Star, has been playing for the OKC Thunder for 10 seasons now, and it seems like Russell Westbrook is going to retire in OKC. First ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt. Westbrook has been on a tear since his ex-teammate Kevin Durant left, and they actually made the NBA Finals in 2012 when they had KD, James Harden, and Serge Ibaka, but they lost to Miami in 5, giving LeBron his first championship ring. They had another shot in 2016 when they were the 3rd seed, up 3-1 against Golden State. And you guys already know what happened, losing 4-3, and KD eventually leaving and joining the Warriors. And they thought that Melo and Paul George were going to answer their problems, but it's been more of an issue than a solution. And now there's a stigma that it's Russell Westbrook's fault that they aren't winning. What do you guys think? Anthony Davis has literally been good at basketball since he came out the womb. He has been playing for the Pelicans for 6 seasons now, and finally got some help last season with DeMarcus Cousins and Rondo, and the play of Drew Holiday as of late in the season. The 5-time All-Star has only missed the All-Star game his rookie year and has a record 52 points in the All-Star game. Definitely a Hall of Famer the way his career is starting out, and he's only getting better every season, still at the young age of 25 years old. Anthony Davis has been in the playoffs 2 times now, and unfortunately the Golden State Warriors have been in his way both years. But AD is a monster, man. We see him putting in work every season. They just need more help if they want to compete with the Golden State Warriors. James Harden, the best player today who doesn't have a ring. Harden, the 6th man of the year back in 2012 with OKC, also on that team that went on to lose to Miami, giving LeBron and Bosh their first and D Wade's 2nd ring. Harden has been in the league for 9 seasons now, making the All-Star team 6 times, a future Hall of Famer in the making. Harden does it all on the court except play hard D. Pause. He's ultimately become a superstar as soon as he left OKC to do his own thing, which has worked out wonders for him. Houston was first in the West this season, and it's looking like Harden's finally about to get his MVP after 3 years being top 3 in the category. This year they were so close to dethroning the Warriors in the playoffs. They're 1 game away from the NBA Finals, but the Warriors had it in the bag as soon as Chris Paul hurt his hamstring. But it's not over yet. They still have a chance next season if they bring everybody back. I mean, these players still have time to make moves to obtain a ring, but I don't know. I don't really see it. James Harden, Anthony Davis, and Chris Paul would probably be my closest guests to make it off this list. And like always, thank you guys for sticking around to the end. If you enjoyed, don't forget to smack that like button as it helps my channel grow. And subscribe and hit that bell, and I'm going to check you in my next video. Wait for it.